Hi everyone, welcome back to another Do It With Me video. Today we are looking at a question in P6 2021 SA2 Henry Park. Okay, this is question number 14. All right, so without any further ado, let's quickly delve right into the question. A cuboid is shown below. This is the cuboid. The length, breadth, and height are whole numbers in cm. Okay, later words you will understand why is it that they are mentioning that. And then after that, we move on to sentence number 3. The area of the face seen from the front view is 126 centimeters squared. Now, from the front view, in order for you to get the area, you will need to know the length and definitely you need to know the breadth. So what I'll write down is area of front view, FV, equals to 126 centimeters squared. Okay, and therefore this basically means L times B equals to 126 centimeters squared. But of course, right, we don't know what it's L and B. Okay, so I'm going to move on to sentence number 4. The area of the face seen from the side view is 132 centimeters squared. So area of side view equals to 135 centimeters squared. So L times B equals to 135 centimeters squared. Now, looking at this, right, let's talk about the side view first. I know that the length is here and then the breadth is definitely here. So what we are trying to say is that this is L times B and this is also L times B. And another thing that you really need to know is that they are sharing the breadth. Okay, and in order for me to find L times B, okay, what I want to find is definitely I want to find the factors of 126 and the factors of 135. Okay, also remembering the fact that the breadth has to be the same. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, as you can see over here, I'm just going to list down the factors of 126 first. 1 times 126, not possible, right? The difference is too huge, okay, for it to even make sense. And then after that, we go on to 126 divided by 2. All right, so 2 times 126, sorry, 2 times 63. Okay, 126 divided by 3. 3 times 42. Okay, which I also think that these 3 options, well, I would say these 3 factors are not possible. Okay, and then after that, we'll go on to 126 divided by 4. You will get 4 times 31.5, but the thing is this, right? They say what it is whole numbers, and of course in factors we will not have any decimals, right? So 126 divided by 5, so I will skip 4. 126 divided by 5, I will also not get a whole number. 126 divided by 6, okay, I will get 6 times 21, which I also think is not possible because again, the difference is too huge. Okay, later words I will also have another justification. Why is it that all of these are not possible? Okay, and then after that I'm going to go on to the next part. 126 divided by 7. 7 times 18. 126 divided by 8, I get a decimal. 126 divided by 9, okay, I have 9 times 14. 126 divided by 10, okay, and all of this, 126 divided by 11 is not possible. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to list down the factors of 135. So 1 times 135, we know it's not possible. So I'm just going to skip all the way to maybe around this, because you see they should share the same breadth, right? So you can see that 9, it's either 9 or 7, right? So I'm just going to try with 135 divided by 7, but you don't get a whole number if you were to do 135 divided by 7. So the only possibility here is actually 9 times 15, because 135 divided by 9, you get 15. So definitely this is not possible, and this is the measurements. Okay, so we quickly write down the measurements, okay, because we want to make sure that we have a very good view of the measurements. For 126 itself, we know that 9 is over here, all right, and it shares the same breadth as the side view, which is this one, and we know that this is 14, and we know that this is 15. Okay, now looking at this, right, now you see, in sentence number 5, it says that the volume of the cuboid is less than 5,000. Let's find out what is the volume of this cuboid, given all of this measurement that I've just found. Okay, volume of this cuboid, given the measurements that I found, should it be, or it must be, less than 5,000. All right, so as you can see over here, 1890 is definitely less than 5,000. Okay, so what they want us to find is they want us to find A, which is the area of the face seen from the top view. So we are just going to write down top view, okay, which is pretty simple. Simply put, just do 14 times 15, all right, and then you'll get 210 centimeters squared. Okay, simple. All right, so I think A, it's really quite easy, all right, quite straightforward as well. As long as you're able to find the factors, you should be able to get to the answer. And what did Pamela do? Pamela painted all the faces. Okay, so she painted the top, she painted the side, she painted the bottom, all right, she painted the other side, she painted the front, she painted the other side. All right, we sometimes we call it back view. Now, and then we know that she then cut the cuboid. Okay, so she cut this cuboid, cut into 1 centimeter cubes. Okay, so which means to say this cuboid is now, okay, broken down into 1 cm cubes. Okay, so it is broken down into 1 centimeter cubes. Okay, all right, so that's what they're trying to tell you. Now, and then after that, we continue on reading. It says what? It says that how many of these cubes have one of the faces painted? Now, so you think about this. Looking at this cuboid itself, right? If I were to paint the whole cuboid, okay, and I were to cut it into cubes, into 1 centimeter cubes, how many of these cuboids will only have one of the faces painted? It is actually the corner ones. Do you agree? No, it is not the corner ones, right? The ones with one of the faces painted would be the ones in the middle. What they are trying to say is the middle cubes, or in fact, I would say the cubes in the middle, the cubes that exist in the middle. Right? Let me just be a bit more specific here. Cubes that exist in the middle. All right, so cubes that exist in the middle will only have one of the faces painted. Isn't it true? Now, what about the cubes at the corner? The corner will have more than one of their faces painted. So because of that, what I want to do is I want to remove away. Okay, so what I want to do, maybe I will just use brown color. Okay, for B. What I want to do is I want to remove away the corner. Okay, so what I will do first is I will start with my height, length, breadth. Now, looking at this cuboid, right, my height is 9 cm, correct? So what I want to do is, since I'm removing 2, so I'm just removing 2, I will have 7 cm now. Okay, so instead of 9, why is it it's 2? Because both corners, right? So I remove one side, 1 cm, the other side, another cm, okay? And then after that, for the length itself, okay, for length itself, it's 15, okay? So what I will do is I will remove 2 cm as well, and I'll get 13 cm. Okay, and then after that, so the 13 cm is simply this. Let me just show it to you. I am removing this part and I'm removing this part. 13 cm, so maybe I just cross it out, because these two are the ones that have faces or have more than one faces. More than one face painted. Okay, so whatever that is 13 is over here. Okay, so this is 13. Make sense? Okay, I'm just going to remove all of this. If not, it's going to get very confusing. Now, so once I'm done with that, right, what I want to do is, okay, I want to continue on removing the corners. Okay, for breadth itself is 14, right? So 14 minus 2, that is equals to 7. Okay, now, as you can see over here, in fact, you know what? Because we know that it's 1 cm cube, right? I'm just going to remove the cm. I'll just take it as these are the cubes that I'm going to remove, okay? So instead of, so I'm just going to remove 2 cubes. So instead of writing it as cm, I'm just going to write down as 7 cubes, and this is 13 cubes. Sorry, 14 minus 2, how can it be 7? 12, okay? So these are the cubes that I will be removing, okay? These are the cubes that I will be removing, okay? So what I want to do now is I will do 7 times 13 times 12. Okay, 7 times 13 times 12. No, wait, because I will be removing this, right? I have to remember, okay, what I want to do is, you see, how many of these cubes will have, okay, so instead of doing it that way, right, what I want to do is I want to start from the top. Okay, and then I will go with the, let's see, I will go with the front. And then after that, finally, I'll go with the side. Okay, so come. Let's find out how many, okay, cubes actually exist in the middle. Okay, in the middle. So I will have to, you know, do it part by part. Okay, so let's talk about the top first. Now, the top is no longer 15 times 14, isn't it? Right, because 15 is now changed to 13. Right, because remember just now I showed that it is actually in the middle. All right, it is no longer 15, but 13. And 14 is no longer 14, but 12. right? So for top, it's simply just 12 times 13, right? So 12 times 13, but don't forget top, bottom. So therefore, I will just type two sides, okay? So maybe let me just be a bit more specific here. I will just put two sides is equals to 12 times 13 times 2. Therefore, this is 312. Okay, so over here, you will get 312 cubes that exist in the middle and will only have one of their face painted. For front, it is no longer 14 but 12. It is no longer 9 but 7. Right? So therefore, I will have to do 12 times 7 times 2 sides. Okay, so 12 times 7 times 2 sides, that gives me 168 cubes. So these 168 cubes exist in the middle where they will only have their front face painted. So that front face is my one face. Make sense? Okay, so once I'm done with that, I can move on to the next part, which is the side. The side is no longer 15 as the length, no longer 9 as the breadth, but it's actually what? 13 as the length and 7 as the breadth. Okay, so I will just do 13 times 7 times 2 sides as well. Okay, so we will do 13 times 7 times 2, and therefore over here you will have 182 cubes. Okay, now what is this 182 cubes? Same thing, likewise, 182 cubes that exist in the middle and will not have more than one. It will not have more than one side or one face painted. Okay, now, so what we want to do is, again, of course, remember to times 2. Now, in order for us to find the total, okay, the total number, you just have to add all 3 up together. Okay, 312 plus 168 plus 182, you will get to your answer of 662 cubes. And remember, let me just repeat this again and again and again. These 662 cubes are the cubes that have one of the faces painted. Okay, so yep, that's all I have for you. And of course, if this is your answer, make it obvious. I hope this is of great value to you. Remember, you know, whenever you are doing this kind of question again, you don't want to read everything before you start doing. You want to read part by part. Okay, so continue to do well in math, and I hope to see you the next time again. Thank you so much, and I hope this video is is of great value to you. Remember to subscribe, remember to comment, and if you have any questions, please send it over and then we'll review it. We'll do it together. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.